How do? Time for another beer review. For this one, we're off to Magic Rock out of Huddersfield, and this is Fruitfulness, an elderberry, blackberry and juniper Berliner Weiss. So I picked this one up in Home Bargains. I paid less than £1 for it, and it has got a short shelf life, 29th of October 22. So yeah, it needs drank. 4.8%, 330ml can, elderberry, blackberry and juniper. So it's quite a good time to actually be reviewing Magic Rock, because for those that don't know about the brand, Magic Rock were bought out by Lion, a macro beer producer, and Lion have sold the rights, or sold the business, and also the business of 4Pure to Odyssey Inns, I think it is. So the deal went through last week as I'm recording this, and so yeah, it's really interesting because Magic Rock were obviously quite prominent in the craft beer scene. Then they had the sellout. A lot of people stopped drinking it as a consequence. You predominantly found their beers in the supermarket. So it'd be really interesting to see where the brand goes now. I don't know a lot about Odyssey, but I'm led to believe somebody behind it's to do with Utopian, and they're a great lager producer. So hopefully it'll bring a lot of life back into the brand. Be interesting to see if they get back in the bottle shops. It'll be interesting to see what happens, whether they stay on the perfect draft. I don't have a perfect draft machine, but I know they're very popular, and Dark Arts is a very popular stout on it. So be interesting. So let me know your thoughts on where you think Magic Rock and 4Pure are going to go. Quite interesting, really. So I don't drink a lot of Magic Rock beers. I'll occasionally pick them up in the supermarket. So I used to love the Cannonball series. So hopefully, like I say, it'll spark a bit of life into it. So looks like a Ribena colour, I'm going to say. It's got a dusting of an off-white head on that. Can't see any bubbles going up to it. Get the nose. Slightly funky. I'm picking up the juniper in it. I'm not really getting the others. Very muted. But maybe a touch of the blackcurrant. But I would have said the juniper the most. Reminds me a little bit of a slow gin. Right, dive in. Cheers, everybody. There's not a lot about it, really, but it is at the end of its shelf life. For me, it's slightly undercarbed. The blackcurrant is there, but it's faint, and it's got a very, very subtle tartness. Yeah, it's. I always say with supermarket beers that they shouldn't be face puckering sour, because it might be the first sour beer that somebody ever drinks, and this is very mild in comparison to a lot of supermarket sour beers. It's a very safe one, so for those that don't like sours to be really, really face puckering, you might be good with it. For me, the flavour is a little bit light. Like I say, it is at the end of its shelf life, so I've got to take that into consideration. But it's just not a lot of flavour. And Home Bargains do that. They get the beers in, they've got a short shelf life, so that's how they can churn them out so cheap. They'll just buy them in bulk. To compare it, recently on the channel, I drank a peanut butter milk stout, and that packed far more flavour than this did. So for me, it just feels a little bit tired. So I'd like to try a little bit fresher. For me, it's a one that I would probably avoid if I was in Home Bargains, and I've just noticed 338 ml. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange number. So yeah, just a little bit underwhelmed with that one. It's not unpleasant. It's just a little bit tired for me. So that's Fruitfulness. I'll add it to my Home Bargains playlist. Thank you for watching, and on to the next one. Cheers.